Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania. The reading of the week. This week it's going to be very brief, though, because we already had the equinox reading earlier in the week, and I don't really want to overload your senses. But if you prefer to have full readings, just let me know in the comments below. Okay, so before I begin, just a message that was coming through very much this morning, and I've worn my excellent tie-dyed heart t-shirt here in honor of it, is this message of love. We need to transcend duality and get to a place of love. There's so much that's causing division on the planet right now. We need to realize that we're all humans having a human experience, and we're needing to just rise above that energy of division and find compassion, find kindness, find tolerance, find respect, find whatever it is that we need to be able to be in a loving, kind space within ourselves and with everybody that we meet. So that was an important message I felt I had to bring through to here today. So I hope you're able to make good use of it. The other message that came through was the contrast that we're going through right now is really triggering very high responses. So things that we've been holding in our field for a long time, energies, ways of being, ways of responding to life, stories that run us, those are being triggered right now by the narratives that are playing out, or the stories that we're all tapping into. And of course, we're being triggered in different ways because we're unique expressions of the God force. But our opportunity when we find ourselves triggered is to take that deep breath, come back home to yourself, and just get curious, get soft. Don't make yourself wrong for being triggered, because that's kind of what it means to be human. We bump around in this life and we get triggered, and it's okay. But coming back to this idea of this is lighting up, this intensity, this drama, these experiences that we're having are lighting up our stuff, so we can get complete with it and heal from it and let it go. And that's why I've been sharing the EFT tools, but you might find other tools that are helpful, like Byron Katie's The Work. Again, just breaking stuff down, unpack the box of the Pandora's box and just get to the bottom of it so you can be free. Because when you're free and I'm free and we're free of our stuff, we can hold this love. We can hold this space for each other, for ourselves, for this beautiful planet. So that was really strong, those two messages this morning. So let's pull our card to grow on for the week. Creator, this is your daughter Titania. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information that is most needed right now, and to provide that to everyone listening in a manner that they will easily hear, understand, and integrate for their highest and greatest well-being and the well-being of anyone whose life they touch. I'd like to call upon my higher self and the higher self of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to just facilitate this exchange and make sure it happens in a really good way for our collective highest and greatest good, and the greatest and good of this beautiful planet we call home. I want to thank and invite the 4 archangels for coming and being here with us across time and space, creating a beautiful container of light, of love, of healing, of transformation, of peace, of grounding, of transcending, of being bridges of light. I want to thank you for being here and supporting us wherever we are. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies of love and light is welcome to go now. So let's see what our card to grow on this week is. In light of those other messages, I'm kind of curious to see if it'll be in harmony with that. So Creator, what do we most need to know this week? What is our card to grow on? What do we need to hold close to us as we navigate the energies of the week of September 24th to October 1st? We have the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is a very powerful card. We haven't seen it very much, actually, in the past 21 months since I've been doing these readings. I'm not even sure I've ever seen it in the readings. The High Priestess is a major arcana, and she is all about the sacred feminine. She's all about going within, connecting to the collective consciousness, realizing we're part of the collective consciousness, but consciously fostering that connection and understanding our place in that, our opportunity to be a source of light and love, and sending that love and light to the collective. So the High Priestess means learning to develop your intuition, learning to develop your intuitive skills and talents. Again, that going within, connecting to the broader, wiser part of us, connecting to that flow of life that we're all part of, and the great sea of life, the great mother. Excuse me. And as I said, being in that energy of the feminine, but the feminine that is maybe not the comfortable part of the feminine in our culture. And this is the part of the feminine. She's very powerful. She's very grounded. You think the High Priestess, she would not take any nonsense from anybody. She's a very, very grounded individual. And she's very wise and quite mysterious. This is our card to grow on this week. As we pay attention to what's triggering us and work on releasing those blocks that are keeping us from responding in love, this will help us. This will help remind us to go within for the answers. Starting with that deep breath, hand on the heart, going into the body and getting curious and getting kind. But the High Priestess is the one, who will help us unravel that. So bringing this energy into your field this week, the energy of the sacred feminine, and we're moving into the sacred feminine. We've talked about this a lot, but the energy right now is all about the feminine, the collaborative. It's moving. The stream is starting to move faster and faster. This is about us taking care of each other. This is about us moving forward together. We need to bridge the divide in order to do this well. We need to come from this place of love and acceptance, care and concern for each other. And sorry for the frog in the throat. Yeah. And it's interesting too, because one of the other symbols that we'll see here, we have the moon with the owl sitting in the moon. And the owl is, as I remember it, is sort of the bird that holds the space between lives, between this life and the afterlife. As I said, it's sort of this whole mysterious plane. And what are we making of this life? Before we leave this life, what do we want to have contributed? So I'm hoping you will join me in holding love and in getting curious about the triggers that are coming up for each of us, and that you'll be open to doing the work that comes with becoming aware of our triggers, and be open to healing so that we can embody the High Priestess, bring that sacred feminine wisdom to earth in practice and in interactions with each other, and heal this planet. Because we're if you stay stuck in the three-dimensional, it's going to be really hard. We have to start embracing the other parts of us, the broader, wiser parts of us, and incorporating more of that into our lives. And that's what she's all about. So developing intuition, one tool that I find that could be really helpful for that is dowsing. But really, anytime you start to listen to your inner voice, your preferences, and you start to act on it or live in it, and I'm not talking about radical things like, picking up and moving across the country, unless that's a very strong urge that you're experiencing. There are some people who live their life that way, and it's amazing. Not quite my thing yet, but there we go. I'm open, I suppose. But this High Priestess, tapping into your inner wisdom, tapping into the collective consciousness and the voice, and I'm not talking about the lower aspect of the collective consciousness, because a lot of us are stuck there right now. I'm talking about holding a higher octave of the collective consciousness, being a holder of light, being a holder of love, and doing so very, very intentionally. And starting with love for the self, clearing up the stuff in our field, our old stories that are running us, so we can be complete of those, and then be an even greater clearing for love and light on the planet. I hope this makes sense. And I wish you all a very beautiful week. I will be back next Friday. Remember, the High Priestess, the sacred feminine, It's time to pull this into your field, whether you're masculine or feminine or identify as such. This is about the power of the sacred feminine, the deeply intuitive, the deeply nurturing, deeply aware of the interconnection of all life and our place in it. Creator, I want to thank you for this opportunity to do this good work. I want to thank you for each and every person who is on this recording or listening to this now and in the future. I just ask that you be with each and every one of us as we navigate these interesting times, these times that are pushing us to rebirth. Help us to become aware of what our triggers are, what's being lit up by this intense contrast, however it's manifesting in your life, and overcome the division, overcome that divide within ourselves so that we can be a bridge of light out in the world. We're each of us having a unique journey, and it's challenging, and I hear that, and I know that. I'm going through it too. But we will get through this with more light, with more love, with our willingness to heal, to transform our blocks. We're getting through this. Hold your light, hold your love, be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself. Do this good work and realize that that's your role. If you're here listening to these messages, it's because you have it within you to be a bridge of light as well. I love you very much. Have a beautiful week. We'll see you next Friday.